I just speak a little bit more on self-compassion. So yeah, self-compassion is the extending of compassions to oneself instances where you may feel inadequate or you're failing or just general suffering. If you're challenged in a situation, you just find yourself accepting your situation. And just as you might find it better to accept your situation just as you would be accepting towards a friend in a challenge. Often, like, we are so hard on ourselves. Kristen Neff, an associate professor in the University of Texas at Austin's Department of Educational Psychology, she created these self-compassion scales. She defined self-compassion as being composed of three main components, which first one is self-kindness, which is the ability to understand ourselves and not punish ourselves. Sense of common humanity, which acknowledges that we are human and that everybody goes through suffering and challenges. We're not the only ones. And mindfulness, neither ignoring nor exaggerating the feelings of failure of inadequacy, but just being with them and trying not to judge them. And she has a further quote which states, unlike self-criticism, which asks if you're good enough, self-compassion asks what's good enough for you. I think that's a pretty cool quote. So just a little bit more is that self-compassion softens the rough edges of reactions we may have towards ourselves and allows us to be more accepting of whatever it is that's going on in our lives and going on with our mind and just all parts of our lives. Self-compassion also has an element of wisdom and grace. Through self-compassion, like Neff said earlier, it really connects us to our common humanity. We are like all others. We are fallible, capable of making mistakes and going through challenges. And often in the world today, of Instagram and all the plethora of other social media out there, perfectionism is all we see. We see people's perfect lives. We don't see their struggles and that they go through this similar challenges that we go through. So with that, we're going to start a self-compassion practice, meditation practice. So yeah, go ahead and turn off your screens or whatever you feel like, get comfortable for this practice. And once you do that, begin by finding a comfortable posture, one that allows you to relax while staying alert. If you're comfortable, you may wish to lower your gaze or close your eyes. You can sit in a chair, on a cushion, on the floor, or lie down. Take a few minutes to find that position for you that brings the sense of alertness and ease. You can practice in any position that allows you to feel supported while also staying alert and awake. So let's just take a few moments to ground our bodies and our breath. Perhaps noticing the cool air entering your lungs and the warm air leaving your lungs. Feeling into the sensation of your body breathing. Now start to bring someone in mind who's helped you or cared for you. It could be someone you know now. It could be a dear family member or mentor, or it could be someone you've never met, but who inspires you. This is someone who makes you smile when you think of them. It can even be a pet. Think of that person or animal and bring an image of them to mind. Now, imagine sending them your care. Imagine you are surrounded in that care and kindness. Rest in that space for a few moments. How does it feel when you think of this? Know that you can practice intentionally bringing the same quality of care for yourself. The wish for happiness, meaning, wholeness, peace, these are fundamental aspects of being a human being. With the recognition of this yearning for genuine happiness is an essential part of being. Repeat the following phrases silently or out loud. May I be filled with kindness. May I be happy. May I find peace and joy. May I be well. Feel the meaning of what you're saying, but don't try to force anything. Whenever you find your attention has wandered, it's okay. When you recognize you've lost touch with the moment, gently let go and begin again. Nothing is lost. You can always, always begin again. Repeat these phrases with enough space and enough silence so that it's a rhythm that feels helpful to you. May I be filled with kindness. May I be happy. May I find peace and joy. May I be well. Experience this sense of being who you are and inviting care for yourself, exactly as you are in this moment. As you continue on, rest in the repetition of the phrases. Really good feelings, really difficult feelings, it's all okay. Gather your attention and come back to the phrases. Maybe there's no feeling at all. There's nothing wrong with that. The power of this practice will be in gathering of your attention and its wholeheartedness, wishing yourself to be well. May I be filled with kindness. May I be happy. May I find peace and joy. May I be well. Imagine what it would be like if you were to show yourself acceptance and warmth. What would it feel like if you gave yourself this kind of affirmation and value? What would it feel like if you were more caring and tender towards yourself? If you were to acknowledge more what is good in your life, and if you're less harsh with yourself. Now, as this practice draws to a close, let your heart be touched by any feelings of warmth, tenderness, and caring for your own well-being, and rest your mind simply on the natural rhythm of your breath. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes and raise your gaze and slowly come back to the classroom. There is no rush at all.